Ready, sir?
My nails are so crusty right now.
What up, everybody? We are out here. You know the name of this venue? I can't even, it's like an acronym or some shit.
Untitled
in Montreal, Quebec. Wooli's first stop of the Impact Tour. And I just happened to be here for a show because the show I was at is having some issues with the venue, and Wooli was kind enough to put me on guest list. Thank you. So talk to us about the Impact Tour, man. What are we going to expect?
My first time ever, I get to design a stage.
Sick.
So they wanted me to pick a couple cities that I was like, I need to do it at. My favorite cities I get to play at. So Montreal, Denver, San Francisco, Chicago are the 4 stops, and then the plan is to take it all on the road. In the fall, do a little bus tour for the first time as well. So a lot of firsts.
Dope.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the whole Stumpi project.
It's all right. Do you know how it started?
Not really.
Okay. So rewind to last year, Paradise Blue. We're doing 3 days in Mexico, right? And I'm like, we can't just listen to dubstep all 3 days. We're in Mexico on a beach. It's cool that we're doing dubstep there, and obviously I'm gonna play a dubstep set. But I just wanted to play a tech house set, something that's you see those videos of Tulum and stuff where there's it's just beach.
Vibe.
Yeah. It's and no one's doing that. I was like, someone's got to do it. So I was like, Jeff, let me play a tech house set. I'm qualified. I used to play tech house locally. I fuck with tech house a lot. That's what I mostly listen to. I'm not listening to dubstep.
Word.
So just put me in, coach. Give me a chance. He's like, can't do it. We're full. Even the atriums and all the other stages, we're full. And then it turned out someone had COVID and they dropped out. And he's like, all right, we need someone to fill in this slot. Do you want to play your tech house set? I'm like, hell yeah. And he's like, all right, but I get to name you. I'm like, shit. And he's like, and he looked at my logo, and if you look at it, it's got kind of short legs, right? So he's like, I'm gonna call you Stumpi, your legs. And I was like, really? Can't I come up with a name myself? He's like, nope. If you want to play, you have to be Stumpi. I was like, fine.
Where are you currently residing at?
I live right now in Los Angeles. I don't recommend it. It's very expensive, and it's just a very different walk of life than I'm used to. I just moved out there a year and a half ago. I was born and raised and lived there all my life in Rochester, New York, upstate.
Oh, shit.
So I just moved, like I said, a year and a half ago, and mostly to live with my girlfriend. She works there. I can literally work from anywhere, essentially. So I still have my house there in Rochester if I ever get, if I ever need a fallback plan,
Right.
But yeah, I love it there, man. I love upstate New York. It's quiet and it's cold. It's cold. It's not
as cold as here, though.
Not as cold as here, but it's great.
So when did Wooli become a full-time thing? Because I know you had an office job, 9-to-5 accountant type shit.
Yeah.
Beforehand. So when did you make the full commit?
I made the full commitment, I think, when Bear Grylls said, hey, come on a bus tour with me. He was also my manager.
Oh, shit.
This was early 2017, I would say. Luckily, because I was working at my father's company as a financial advisor, it was like having a boss, but I had some wiggle room,
Right, yeah.
So I was like, Dad, I want to go on this bus tour. Who knows what this can lead to? Probably nothing, but I got to see. I knew I'd be I'm gonna be gone for 2 months, which is something you don't do in that industry. And he's like, if you think this is what you want to do, or if you want, I'm not gonna stand in front of your dreams. This is a once in a life. He was the most supportive person.
Did you start with dubstep, or did you kind of come from? You said you started a tech house, so is it that came first, then dubstep, or?
No, I started the first couple records I've ever made were either future bass or dubstep. Mostly, I think it was first 2 future bass, third was dubstep. It was kind of a weird thing. I wanted to play dubstep locally, but my city just didn't have that kind of dubstep scene. It was big room or techno, and a little drum and bass, which was sick because I got to play some drum and bass. That was my get to DJ bass music. But no one wanted to hear dubstep, so I was like, maybe if I just start making it, then I have excuses to play it. Where it's well, he's playing his own music because I was a local DJ. And then it just turned into other people started hearing my music and fucking with it, and then it just kind of I had really, really cool dudes manage me who were also working at this blog. Do you remember Nest HQ?
Yeah.
So they were my managers. Golden age of blogging and music journalism, Dancing Astronaut was crushing it, Your EDM, all that stuff. But Nest HQ was a really cool little thing that had under the Elsla umbrella that was obviously Elsla was everyone's dream label at the time too. So it was cool. They really helped me get my music out there. The very first song I ever put out was a release on SHQ. So it was just like I came out of the gates with like a really.
What song was that?
So I found stems. It wasn't even an official remix, but I found stems to this Nightmare song called "Holding On." It was like a trappy melodic Nightmare song. You know, it was I think 2016, 2017 Nightmare. And I was at this like bar locally in Rochester, and this guy was playing saxophone. And I was like, "Yo, I just downloaded Ableton. Like, we should make some like music." And like I played with the stems, and like Cymatics just came out too. Do you remember Cymatics?
I know the name, yeah.
Yeah, so they were like just coming out, and they had this whole era of like they were pushing the like teaching and like the samples of like how to make music, which was it was always like a very closeted like secret. Like no one like ever shared their secrets on how to produce, how to like make sounds, how to do anything, any of their like sauce or techniques was always like the most guarded secrets. And Cymatics was like, we're gonna like here it is, here's everything.
That's sick.
And I mean, obviously for a price, you pay for it.
Right.
But it was like this like golden little era of like knowledge and like learning and education for music. And I had like that's right when I started making music, so I was able to like pick up making music kind of fast compared to if you were to start 15 years ago, 10 years ago. And I put out this like future bass remix of Holding On with a saxophone, and it was like a live sax, so like it sounded good.
Word.
And the dude shreds on sax, and so people were like fucking with it. And then SHQ, I said released it, and then I just like started just like hitting people up like, hey, like, you want to make a song? And here's my last song.
Damn. So I do the reviews and all that stuff. I'm talking about all these artists, talk about sounds and sets. How would you describe your sound if you were going to be reviewing yourself?
I go through a lot of phases, man.
So everybody does.
Yeah. So I guess my music reflects that in that way, where I still love dubstep. Bass music will always just like be my shit.
Right.
Whether it's like I try to make things. It's not even a really good perspective to have, but I try to make things that I would want to hear in the crowd. Since I was a huge rave kid, man.
Yeah.
I was going to festivals since 2009. I was going to like Ultra down in Miami.
Oh shit.
And I was like that one kid in the group. Everyone wanted to listen to like Hardwell and like Avicii, and I was like, yeah, but like Flux Pavilion's playing. And, like, and they're like, well, like have fun. I'm like, okay.
See you later.
Yeah. So I was definitely the bass kid, but like, man, I would go to every single festival. I would save up every single like dime I had, go get super fucked up. No shame. Like, oh man, dude, I went to so many shows, and like, you know, Excision came to Buffalo every single year. I was obsessed, and like I look around and like that like obsession of like going to as many shows as possible, trying to figure out how to make it work financially. Like you're scraping by, but you're having the best time of your life. Like that was exactly what I was doing, and like I completely understand and like support anyone who's doing that now still. Like it's just like we're having the best time in our life. We're young. Like
even if you're struggling, you're still having a good time.
Yeah, you know man. And like
shit like this is like you can't even put a price on something like that.
Right.
It's just like with your friends in the environment, like you know, it's just.
And like every single one of my friends were pretty much through music. Like I graduated from college, but I didn't really talk to my college friends anymore.
Where'd you go for music?
No, I was a finance and political science. I was gonna be a lawyer.
Huh.
No, but I used my finance.
Where did you learn the craft? Like who taught you? You have a mentor? Was it like YouTube University or like how did you really?
It was YouTube University. Oddly, funny enough, the first like private lesson I've ever took, I've only taken one, and it was from Company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's like, and then we became friends. We talked, and he's obviously one of the nicest guys, and he's just like, eventually we're like, hey.
Was that one of the first collabs?
Yeah, our very first collab, we have some weird ones. We had a remix for Slander and Yuki for that one song that's like,
Yeah.
With the After All. You know, yeah, that one. Yeah. That was like the time where it was like a really like almost like a hard trap lead. Like, yeah. We did a remix for that for Never Say Die. I was freaking out because I'm like, oh my god, I'm on Never Say Die now. I wasn't on Never Say Die now just because I did a remix, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm on Never Say Die. And then I think we did a song called Britum Bomb.
Britum Bomb, yeah.
That's when I came up with this.
That was a whole
yes
like movement for a minute.
I didn't expect it. It was kind of a joke and a meme. As much as all my shit apparently is, but like I was like I say some really stupid buzzwords on Twitter just as like to see like what would happen, and I remember one I was like I was talking to my group chat. I still have a screenshot. I was like I'm gonna try and make Crybang a thing. Now people are saying Crybang like unintentionally, and I'm just like
it's stuck.
It's funny though. So yeah, we put out a song called Britum Bomb on Circus. And Britum to us was just at the time it was just like putting a fucking heavy kick and snare, but kind of using like bro step sounds. I guess it hasn't really changed that much.
What do you think, makes a good DJ and or producer?
I think something that makes a great DJ is always keeping the crowd on their toes Just I think a lot of times it's easy to fall into a set that you know works, and just like not changing it is a mixture of one, being scared that like it's not going to be received well, or like you had like the best set you could possibly make, and like why would I like leave that? You're just gonna be making it worse. So that's like a fear at least I've had.
So you play a lot of shows. Are your sets prepared or are they freestyled?
We were just talking about this actually with Level Up. So what I usually do, it's weird. I don't prepare a set, but I have like, obviously I have an intro. I have last 2 songs I know I want to play with that are like more singy, vibey. Yeah. And the first like 2 or 3 I know, usually I play the same. The thing is though, like I mix by key, so I just have a record box full of everything, and everything's mixed. So we'll say like I'll have an intro, then I'll have everything in E flat, everything in E, everything in F, and then a couple melodic ones that are like I just know mix into each other. I try to group them into things that I know, like if I have like a couple of double routines, I'll like put them in record box next to each other. But I have noticed by looking at my own fault, looking at 1001 track list, I'm like, holy fuck, I played really similar sets here. And I was like, so I'm like trying to get better at that. But at the same time, it's like the odds of someone like, there's the rare occasions like you or like some mega fans.
I want to talk about that.
Like actually
that are going to come see you in New York
Yeah.
City and Philadelphia. So it's like you could play the same set on the whole
Right.
entire tour and have maybe a handful of people be like, I just saw that same set. But everybody else
It's
is going to be
great.
like, holy fuck, that shit was crazy. So
Yeah.
it's like, why are you going to make more work for yourself? But it's also like you don't want to have that. You don't want to have that like, that cookie cutter set that
yes.
everyone's going to expect. You want to, like you said, keep them on your toes.
Yeah, and it sucks because I have the worst problem fearing of like displeasing anyone. It's just like, so like even if there's like one person in the crowd of like 2,000, it's like I just saw that set, I would be so bummed.
I feel that way too.
And like it sucks because you look at it on paper and you like say it out loud. You're like, why would that affect me? You're making 1,999 people happy and one person like a little upset. Like, why would that affect you? And I'm just like, I don't know. It's like it's just a weird thing.
So controversial question: sync button.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Do you use it?
I have, and I do most of the time. For a lot of transitions, it's just easier. For festivals, I have too much anxiety to train wreck a double.
I feel that.
That's like.
So people want to hate on edits and all that shit. And like, I get it at a festival, man. Like
You're there to put on your absolute best show possible, and you're like, let's say you're in Lost Lands. It's supposed to be like the dubstep conference. It's just put on a good set, and like if you're train wrecking up there, that's kind of the risk reward is not there.
Exactly.
The only person that's gonna know is you. And like to the DJ purists, I get it. I learned how to DJ on CDJ 600s or whatever, where they don't even have a BPM number. It's just percentage. And my friend who was an asshole, he was like, I'm going to teach you how to DJ. He's a techno guy. I'm going to teach you how to DJ, but I'm going to teach you the right way. He put tape over like even the percentage. So I had to like ride the pitch meter.
Yeah.
So like we all know how to DJ.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You have to know how to DJ.
Yeah.
And then when you know how to actually DJ, then you can use the sync button to your advantage.
Right.
The example I keep giving, I've done a couple interviews tonight. The interviews the example I keep giving, you got a TV, right?
Yeah.
You got a remote for the TV, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to use the remote to change the channel? You're going to get up and change it, So the sync button, same shit. That's the remote. It's there for a reason to help you, to make things easier.
I mean, I always just have like, I'm a memory cue guy. I don't even use hot cues. So I have like 8 bars before drop, 16 bars, and then 32. And then I just know you DJ enough.
Your system. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Everyone has their method,
Right.
It's just like,
as long as you know how to DJ.
Taught.
Yeah. As long as you can, and like back-to-backs, I don't use sync usually because it's like I don't.
You fuck somebody else.
Yeah, I'm not like, and it's like I know how to beat bench, so it's like
Exactly.
it's not a big deal.
It's like I feel like with BTB, you kind of have like time to prepare. You got 4 decks, you got 2, you got these 2, you got those 2. You have plenty of time to line it up, get it ready, and then it's like, you ready? All right.
Right, and I'm not going crazy with double drops usually on back-to-backs where I'm just trying to play like what people probably want to hear, my like biggest tunes.
Yeah.
And like let them fly that way, and then like honestly, it's so awkward to try to do double drops when you're back-to-backing where you have 2 and then you have to go on their side like and then you have to like go find your USB
exactly,
and I'm just like I mean they need to start just doing the 6-channel mixer. We'll do 3 and 3.
Dude.
If I ever like go back-to-back with like Jesse or Danny or something who I know like is gonna be trying to throw out a bunch of them, I think that's what we're gonna do.
That would be crazy. All right, we answered all of the juicy questions. You ready for the rapid fire?
Yeah.
This or that. All right, this or that. Here we go. With Wooli, Burger King or McDonald's?
Ugh, neither.
Taco Bell or Chipotle?
Chipotle.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
YouTube or Instagram?
YouTube.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Backstage or in the crowd?
In the crowd.
Hotel or Camping Fest?
Hotel. I'm so bougie when it comes to that.
Apple or Android?
Ooh. I like Android, but I just recently got an iPhone because everyone's bullying me. So I'm not answering your green text. I was like, fine. Then I got an iPhone. They still don't answer me, so whatever.
Fruity Loops or Ableton?
Ableton. I've only used Ableton.
East Coast or West Coast?
Ooh, East Coast is my home.
BMW or Mercedes?
Can't afford either.
If you could afford one, which would you prefer?
I'm an SUV guy too, so who do you think's got a cooler SUV? Mercedes?
I mean, the G-Wagon.
I think it's discontinued, isn't it?
I don't know. Wrapping it up here. 100,000 followers or 10,000? Well, this is actually irrelevant to you. You probably made $10,000 tonight. But like, 100,000 followers or like 50K?
100,000 followers, man. It's that. If you can grow your community, that will probably grow to be more than $10,000.
That's what I keep saying, yeah.
And like honestly, if you have people that fuck with you and you like show love back to them and like you keep on growing your community, that's like that is gonna be more valuable in the end of the day than some money in your bank account.
Exactly. All right, last question. Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
I was a Nickelodeon guy.
Yeah, buddy. What's your go-to show?
I was a Rocket Power. Yeah. That was my shit.
Yeah.
Dude, there were some older game shows and shit too that were like
Double Dare.
Double Dare. Yeah.
That was that shit, bro.
Yeah. I miss that shit. Cartoon Network definitely had some bangers, but I was like
Kids Next Door.
Yeah, I was like a Nickelodeon guy through and through. That and Pokemon.
I wasn't so much of a Pokemon dude.
I just liked the cartoon. I mean, I never got into anime, which is weird. I feel like I missed the boat in anime.
Yeah.
It's so big, and it does nothing for me.
Over the head, yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time, dude. It was
course.
awesome to talk to you, and just so spontaneously, this just happened last minute, and here we are at his show in Montreal. First stop of the Impact Tour, and I got to interview. Thank you again, dude.
Meant to be.
And we'll see you guys for the next one. Appreciate y'all for watching.
Nice.
Can't even end it now.
Nice. Nice.